3, 2, action.
It is beautiful to marry you and to be your husband.
Okay, so I wish I could say the same.
Huh? Guy, wow. Oh, wow. Wow.
Okay,
You're not proud of your husband?
It is handsome to be married to you. It is I meant awesome. It is awesome to be your wife. Not that part.
Okay. Just like your hair.
Thank you.
It's lovely. Marriage is a beautiful thing. I do not know why people, I do not know nini nafanyikiaga watu, but well, we know.
You don't know.
We know because we've been there.
Yeah, it has
we have been there. Oh. Kuna Parents Magazine kitambo kuna section ilikuwa inaitwa It Happened to Me.
So nataka kusema it happened to me.
Wait. But marriage is beautiful.
Yeah.
If you communicate right.
And also if you marry right.
I actually was marry right. I was thinking about that your story of communication now. But tutaongea very soon. I think so many people are losing it because they do not know how to express themselves.
Not they do not know. They are not expressing themselves.
Okay.
They are not communicating.
Okay, communicator. I do not know so much about how those words that you have brought them.
How they communicate.
Yeah. But welcome to another episode
of Riri Family.
Yes. And we are glad you've been asking questions. We'll be tackling some of those questions. We are hoping very soon.
Up on a sound Dr. Love. We'll be tackling some of these questions.
Dr. Phil.
Yes, Dr. Love. Dr. Wa Mapenzi. Tackle their questions.
Mapenzi yako ama ya nani? Ama unataka nipeane hii mapenzi?
Tackle their questions.
Nipeane mapenzi.
Upewa nani?
Nipeane.
Upea nani?
Kirende.
Digona ki.
Sisi nimeenda kukwambia. Okay, anyway. Talk to us. What are you talking about today? Her Majesty, Her Highness.
We thought to talk about
unaanza kuongea kama mwalimu,
seasons. I am a teacher. Seasons of marriage. Yeah. Not seasons in the sense that
seasons of things.
Si zile zenye tunasemanga honeymoon nini. Hizo ziko. But also
we might talk about that someday, right? Honeymoon stage, career stage. Yeah.
But sasa, okay.
Where you are at in terms of
your
marriage.
Your own marriage. Like we are at different points. So it's okay, anyway, we've learned, because now we've been looking back a lot and we see, so there are places where as a couple you are at in your marriage, depending on what things are happening. So there's honeymoon stage, all right, but what is happening in your marriage? Is one of you in school? Has one of you lost a job?
What does that mean for the
marriage?
What
does that mean for the marriage? And therefore, what do you need to do
to keep
at that point? Kulingana na vitu zina happen kwa marriage yenu. And so one of those things we were remembering for us is, I remember at some point we mentioned, we try not to have relatives in our house until a certain point. And when that certain point came and there was need to house people, we did. Actually, we had 2 of our brothers in the house.
Yeah.
And you see again,
and we enjoyed that time.
Oh, it was awesome
having them.
It was awesome. And we do thank God that there was that. By the time they were leaving our house, they were
good kids.
They were more friends.
Yeah.
One time I was telling my brother to decide whose brother he is, because he was talking to he used to tell his bro things, and then nasikia na brother yake. I'm like, hayaye. Anyway,
brother, what do you mean? Mimi bra. Oh, it was because her brother and my brother.
So walikuwa wanaongeanga, I'm hearing things. Yeah. And I'm wondering, when did this happen? And I'm hearing it with your brother. Anyway. Yeah, so for
but there are lessons we picked from there. The things like that we didn't do right ourselves.
But there are things we did right.
There are many things we did right. But there are gaps. Yes. Tell us the example.
Me, I want to start with examples of right things. Wewe kama unataka kuanza na wrong, acha nianze alafu na wewe uanze.
Nitatafutililia. Yes.
But anyway, it's something we've looked at and we thought, you see, you can't uwezi sema your marriage cannot be the same, or rather things are not the same when you're living with 2 people in your house. Or when you've brought in someone else to live with you in the house, something changes. So there is the need to put certain measures to make sure that whatever way in which they might affect your marriage, it doesn't go wrong, so to speak.
Yeah.
And actually, I think there's a video we had done about it. Tukiona huko nje somewhere.
Kitambo.
Where we mentioned about kuongea vibaya or to speak to
ill of each other
in front of them.
Because they pick that and they start disrespecting the spouse.
Yes.
So if it's my brother and the way I'm speaking to my wife in amdemean, by a certain degree ataanza kumdemean.
Yeah. And therefore we must say honestly that one, we really avoided being
confrontational
mad at each other.
Yeah.
Mbele yao. Because usually most of the times when utapata umeongea ka disrespectful, it's because you're angry at each other. Okay, yeah, we understand there are those ones you have a long way to go, honestly. If even when you're not mad, you are very disrespectful to your person.
Yeah.
And not to say that it cannot happen, but we try not to. And I think that was one of the things that we did right. We intentionally tried to. If they had us fight, wanaweza sema hata kwa comments is okay. But if they ever had us fight, I doubt, and it must have been accidental. Ama sijui, by the way, wanafaa watupe feedback.
Maybe they had, because we were fighting even that time.
Yeah, I mean,
occasionally.
But one of the things that we didn't look at was to compensate for time lost because you have someone else with you. Of course, when you have people in the house, kuna exclusivity kanapotea, because most of the time you're not alone. And so we've thought,
unless we're ni Messi ama Ronaldo, uko na nyumba iko na 80 rooms.
Yeah, and therefore you can hide on one part of your estate.
Yes.
Yeah. But
yeah. So the other thing that we were looking at is when children come on board, what that does to so many, and we were just reflecting on that when we thought there are so many couples who get lost when children come on board, because you stop so many other things for the sake of children.
You parent.
Because sasa mimi nikitokea jioni, when we didn't have children, for the short period of time we didn't have children, my attention was on her. Now when I come home, the first thing I'm thinking about is, have they done their homework? Have they eaten? They're supposed to sleep by 8:30. Unafika home 8, so you are thinking in 30 minutes, what do I need to do to make sure that these children are okay? You're not thinking about your spouse. And because umeshinda job, by the time unamalizana na watoi, unajua kulalisha watoi venye ni kazi. Kuja wewe nikupeleke uende ulale, hapana sitaki kwenda kulala. Nikubebe nikufikishe juu na narudi tena chini. Mwingine unampeleka huko anarudi hivi. Yaani kulalisha watoto hivi.
Hujavaa diaper.
Mwingine hataki
kwa kitanda anasikia kususu.
By the time they are sleeping, you are tired. Na umetokea kazi. So there's that chance of missing time with your spouse.
Yeah.
And what that does is, over time, if you keep doing this, over time, if you don't spend time together, over time, you start losing each other.
Yeah, you lose touch.
So by the time these children are going to, say, high school, and probably they have gone to boarding schools, that is a period of like 15 years. So for 15 years, you've been taking care of children, and because you're tired, go sleep, wake up tomorrow morning, again you are same. Hapo kwanza hapa Nairobi, yani unakuwa mnatoka, unalala, unaamuka, unalala, yani kila kitu ni kama usiku. Unaamuka usiku, unatoka usiku, unarudi usiku. Yani mimi sijaiona. By the way, we need to go back to the village.
Usiku.
Usiku. Hii mambo ni usiku, hata muonanagi ujue na bibi yako anafanana na namna gani. Okay, ile siku ataenda high school boarding, unashangaa hiki yao. Kama time ya corona, kuna watu wengi sana have had those stories. Anaangalia na
huyu ndio nilioa kweli.
Huyu ni nani? So yeah, it's good to spend time. By the way, you need to sit down and write and say, between this time and this time I'm spending with children. Between this time and this time, I'm spending with my wife. Hata kama ni 30 minutes a day. So that over time, those 30 minutes every day for 1 week, it'll create that bond. Mutaendelea tu bond pole pole. Because at the end of the day, we keep saying, marriage came first before children.
It's true.
One day they will leave both of you. And you know what? by that time, probably you'll be 55. Safe, even at most 55. And you're going to die at 90. You have so many, how many years are those?
90 minus 5.
Both of us, mathematics.
45. Ni for that.
Ni 35 ama ni 45?
35.
35, are you sure?
35.
Ni 35? Ni 35?
Eh.
Ai, hata tumeambiliwa na huko nyuma sababu mahesabu na sisi kidogo. So you can imagine, if you've been married for 5 years, imagine now for 35 years with the same person that you are not talking to.
Yeah.
So what do you do with 35 years?
You look at each other.
Then kwanza sasa mshazeeka unashangaa gakali.
You grumble, then you die earlier than the 35 years.
Unakufa na 60.
Because you're very unhappy. Yeah.
So it's important to create time for each other.
May I ask?
Yes.
Just like other things, just like phones, TV, or nini, can children, because of the work that is needed to really work on a marriage, can children also end up becoming a distraction, an escape route?
I think most couples do that.
They do that.
I think there's so many couples who do that.
You start to, the parenting becomes a good place to go to.
Because you do not want to solve something.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with it.
Because marriage is hard.
Kazi ni mingi sana. Hiyo kitu anasema ni nini?
Tunasema battery inaisha.
They have a pregnant point.
A pregnant point, make it in 3, 4, 2, 1, go.
Okay, yeah. So you need to make sure your children are not becoming a distraction, and then you need to make sacrifices. Let the children not become another god, or they now take over from your spouse. So you need to make sacrifices such as, like, this guy is a father of girls. He has had to make sacrifices. Anawahurumia sana, lakini imebidi tuseme, imagine we can go out an entire Saturday and the children are in the house, but we decided that Saturday
tunaenda
ni sisi
the whole day. Tunaenda na uko bahutini.
That one day in a week, tutapiga simu kusema good night. Na hiyo siku, the good thing is, again, for parenting, you've already let them know this evening you will find us in the house.
Same case when you have relatives.
Yes.
Spend time together. Make sure you spend time
Very
together.
intentional.
Because
make the sacrifice.
Yes, you might not have the space. Spend time together.
Yeah.
For your marriage to work. We'll see you next time.
See ya. Oh yeah.
We will edit that point. Don't worry.